So after coaching over 100 people in the dropshipping field, I know exactly which mistakes most people do, all right? So here I'm gonna cover the top 6 mistakes I see most people do in the beginning when they have no idea what they're even doing, or also after they start making some money and they just behave completely wrong, all right? So this is gonna be a presentation of me telling you exactly what to do instead of doing those mistakes and how to actually eliminate them. So first of all, let's start with mistake number 1. You don't need to learn everything before you get started. And that's a crucial thing. A lot of people think they have to watch 3 months of YouTube videos and 5 video courses to actually start just selling a product. When in reality, you have to go step by step, all right? You just need to have an overview of what dropshipping is, how it works, and you have to understand that it's actually a legit business model. And then you need to start and stop thinking. All right, you just need to start. And I've seen a lot of people just wasting so much time on bullshit because they think, I need to know the theory to get started. In reality, you need to practice and do the things to actually become good. And it doesn't matter if you have a person who's gonna guide you through everything with like a mentoring, or you do it by yourself. Like in both of those scenarios, you still need to do the things instead of learning the theory. A good mentor is never gonna tell you everything about the whole dropshipping business model and how to do branding and scaling and all of that before you even found a winner. So it just doesn't make sense to know everything before you get started. And I'm telling you, you're gonna learn so much more through either doing mistakes or getting told that it's gonna be a mistake and doing the right thing than just learning about what you could have done in the future, all right? It just doesn't make sense. You have to get out there and actually get the experience for yourself instead of just only looking at the theory. And here you have to understand that obviously you still should not just burn through money. So what I mean is just doing stupid things and just selecting a terrible product just to get started is also obviously not the way to go. You need to have a full understanding of like what a good product is, how to make a good store, how to make a good ad. Those 3 things you need to know. However, I'm talking about the later phases, which you don't need to understand fully yet. So that's that. Mistake number 2 is split testing multiple things at the same time. All right, so let's say you already got started and you see the product is doing okay, you're breaking even, but nothing is working extremely well. All right, for example, what you could do is just test a new price, a new creative, and target new things at the same time. All right, this will be a very big mistake though, because if you do those 3 split tests at the same time, you're not gonna know what made the difference. Maybe everything is gonna go down, maybe everything is gonna go better, all right? However, you have no idea why. You don't know if it was the price, the creative, or the targeting. So it's very important to isolate split tests, okay? You test the price on a new product page with a new campaign where you target the same exact thing as the previous campaign, and also you're gonna use the same creative as the previous thing, all right? So basically, you're only gonna target the price without anything else, and then you're gonna see, is it doing better or worse, okay? So it's gonna make it just very hard to analyze if you split test multiple things, and the big rule is just do one thing at a time. The next one is getting emotionally attached to your product. So your product is not special no matter how much effort and time you have put in, okay? And this is key. If you have put in hours and hours and hours and weeks into one single product test, it doesn't make the product better. It doesn't make the product anything. There's no difference in between you just doing something in a day or you doing something for a year and then testing, all right? It doesn't matter at all. However, you will get emotionally attached to it if you do it for longer. And that's also one of the reasons why you shouldn't brand in the beginning and why you should actually focus on the basic things, which is the product and the ads first, and you shouldn't put in crazy amounts of effort and everything before you have a proven concept. All right. However, even if you already did and you did this mistake of putting in too much effort, still don't get emotionally attached. And that's very important. And the fact that you love the product doesn't make the product good or bad as well. If you personally love the product, it doesn't mean anything. If you personally hate the product, it also doesn't mean anything because it's not about you. It's about the target audience and the customers. All right. So basically here, if you test a product and it doesn't work, even after a couple of split tests, you have to kill the product instead of just burning your money. All right. And that's crucial and it's super important. The next mistake is not knowing your numbers. All right. The first thing you have to calculate before even testing the product is your break-even points. And in some cases, you're going to love a product so much that you think it's a perfect product and you're just going to get started with testing immediately without even really understanding how much you're selling it for and how much your product cost is, and then you're not going to understand that the margins don't fit, okay? You need to understand your break-even points, and also after you launch the first campaign, you need to exactly understand how much you can actually spend exactly to acquire a customer. So you have to take your average order value minus the average product cost minus all the fees. All right, and that's going to be your break-even point, and that's the number you're going to take. Okay, obviously it's going to go down and up, and it's going to change your break-even point is going to change because you're going to split test upsells and all of those things. However, you just need to keep track of all of the steps. Okay, so if today your break-even point is 20, it doesn't mean that in a month it's still going to be 20. Okay, and you have to just update those numbers. The second thing is profit calculation or loss calculation. You just need to understand how much you make and how much you lose every single day. All right, it has to be perfectly calculated at least once a week, and every day you have a rough estimate which like subtracts money for fees, for potential refunds, and all of those things. And thinking about future losses like refunds is actually very important. You just need to understand that there's going to be future expenses for one single customer. You have to, for example, understand what your refund rate is. If 1 out of 300 people is going to want a refund, for example, you're going to need to calculate that into the break-even point and average it out. All right. If you're going to have one bad item per 100 pieces which the supplier sends out, you also have to calculate that in and understand that that item has to be sent out again. That's something to consider in the break-even point earlier, and that makes you see that if you're running on a break-even, so basically you're not losing and you're not making, in reality you're losing because future losses are going to come in and then you're going to lose. So that's something to just consider. The next huge mistake is focusing too much on your store. All right. Your store does not matter to a very, very big point, okay? And that's a shocker to most people. They think that the store is the only thing that matters. They have to brand everything, make everything perfect. It's just not true. We've split tested it hundreds of times, all right? We tested a product on an amazing looking store and we tested a product on a decent looking store. A difference was there, however, it was not that significant. And you're gonna make a product work if it's really good, like if the product is really good and the ads are really good and the store is decent, it's going to be a winning product. And you cannot just play around with a store and expect it to blow up because of that. You know, you need to play around with other things to actually expect a really big difference in results. The big learning here is just changing your theme or even your copy won't be a game changer that gets your product from unprofitable to profitable, okay? That's huge, and you have to understand that, and you have to understand that the priorities are something else. And the number one priority is going to be product. Number 2 is going to be the creatives. Number 3 is going to be the targeting and Facebook setup and all of the management on Facebook. And only number 4 is going to be the store. All right. All of this obviously is only the case if your store is decent. Okay. If your store is extremely bad and it's like really scammy looking, obviously no, it's not going to work out because it's just going to scare off too many people. However, if you reach a certain baseline, from this baseline to making it amazing, that difference is not that huge, okay? You just need to understand that the effort is going to be invested better in something else. And you have to understand basically the opportunity cost of you putting a lot of time into the store, because every single hour which you put into the store, you could have put into the ads or product research, which would be much more valuable and much more money making, okay? And because you should only focus on money making activities in dropshipping, this is going to be better than investing into the store. All right, next and last point, mistake number 6, and basically that's waiting for break-even products. All right, that's a very easy trap to fall in. I've seen so many people having a break-even product, basically not losing or not making money for like a month, and after that it can actually do really well, or it can just die down. All right, and those things happen. You always have those 3 scenarios after testing a product: losing product, break-even product, or winning product. And if you have a break-even product, you need to understand that you don't know if you can make it work or not, okay? And you also need to understand that you need to keep testing the next things while having this break-even product. Because, for example, if you don't test the next product, you're just gonna waste a month of your time on one product which might already not work out. So it's very important to keep testing the next things while you're breaking even. all right? This is crucial, and this is a mistake which is done super easily because you see results, you are profitable. Like, break-even products don't mean that you're always on a zero, right? You have a really good day, and then you have a bad day, and then you have a good day, and it's just kind of evening out. So because of those good days, you're gonna again feel emotionally attached to the products, and you're gonna think, wow, this product did really well yesterday, so I should keep it alive for sure, no matter what, and it has a lot of potential. I should put in more and more and more here. When in reality, yes, you should do a lot of split testing here on the creative side, on the headlines, on the pricing, and also some parts of the store, yes. However, you should not treat this as a winner, all right? Your efforts should still be in finding a winner. And it's just gonna be, again, better invested in testing next products at the same time versus just focusing on only this break-even product. So those are the top 6 mistakes. However, obviously there's hundreds of more mistakes to be done. Those are just 6 examples, and I've seen countless mistakes being done by basically everybody, including me. I've done hundreds of mistakes in the beginning of my dropshipping career as well. So if you actually want to check out a video where I literally talk about my biggest mistakes, you can check it out. It's going to be linked somewhere here. And also, if you want to work with me personally on a one-on-one mentoring program, you can click the link below, sign up for a free consultation session. We're going to find out if we're going to be a good fit, and it's basically going to be a call with me personally. We're going to have a call, figure out if everything is good, and if yes, we're going to get started working together. All right, so click the link below and see you there.